Welcome to In Loving Memory, a heartfelt space guided by Joseph to honor lives that left a deep and lasting imprint on the world. Here, we remember treasured individuals from film, music, culture, and beyond, reflecting on their achievements, their humanity, and the inspiration they shared. Through every tribute, their presence lives on in the hearts of those who remember them. Actor Tom George has died in London at the age of 88, bringing a quiet, close to a long and steady career across British television and film. Over the decades, he became one of those familiar screen presences audiences might not always name instantly, but consistently recognized. His work was marked by understatement and naturalism, often giving weight and realism to supporting roles that helped shape the tone of the stories he was part of. For many viewers, his performances felt grounded and authentic, the kind that stayed memorable without needing attention or spotlight. A steady career in British screen work, George appeared in several well-regarded television productions, including Boys from the Black Stuff, Doctor Who, and Between the Lines, where his roles contributed to the depth and credibility of each series. His ability to adapt to different characters made him a dependable presence across genres, from drama to science fiction. On film, he is remembered for his role as George Thomason in A Fish Called Wanda, adding another notable credit to a diverse body of work. While he often worked outside the spotlight, George earned lasting respect within the industry for his consistency, professionalism, and craft. His legacy endures through the many characters he helped bring to life, reflecting a career built on quiet strength and enduring screen presence. Recent claims circulating online suggest that Nicholas Brendon, widely known for his role as Xander Harris in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, has passed away. However, there is no verified or official confirmation supporting this information. Brendon remains best recognized for his work in television, where he built a career defined by emotional honesty, humor, and relatable character portrayals that resonated strongly with audiences. Television legacy. Brendon became a defining part of pop culture through his role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where his character served as the grounded, loyal friend within the core group. His performance added warmth and humanity to the show's emotional center. He later appeared in series such as Criminal Minds and Kitchen Confidential, showing range across both drama and comedy, while continuing to connect with viewers. Remembering the impact. Rather than focusing on unverified reports, what remains clear is the impact of his work. Nicholas Brendon's performances helped shape a generation of television fans, particularly through characters that balanced vulnerability with humor. His contributions to popular TV storytelling continue to be appreciated, and his roles remain part of the cultural legacy of early 2000s television. Ken Peplowski, who passed away at 66, is remembered as one of jazz's most expressive clarinet and saxophone voices. Born in 1959, he built a career defined by warmth, lyricism, and a deeply personal approach to music that connected with audiences worldwide. Known for both technical mastery and emotional depth, he made every performance feel like a conversation rather than a display of skill. His work extended beyond performance into leadership, serving as music director for events such as the Oregon Coast Jazz Party in Newport, 2007 to 2014, and the Oregon Festival of American Music in Eugene, where he helped celebrate and preserve the richness of American jazz traditions. Peplowski was admired not only for his musicianship, but also for his openness, kindness, and curiosity. Colleagues often recalled his wide-ranging musical interests and his generous spirit as a collaborator and mentor. His influence continues through recordings, performances, and the many musicians he inspired. Julian McMahon, born on July 27, 1968, is an Australian actor and the son of former Prime Minister Sir William McMahon. Although he grew up connected to a well-known political legacy, he chose a completely different direction. Instead of following politics, he built his identity in the entertainment world through charisma, discipline, and a natural screen presence. Rise in Australian television. He first came into public attention in Australia with the popular series Home and Away. His early performances quickly showed his range as an actor, blending charm with emotional depth. This role helped him gain recognition and laid the foundation for a career that would soon move beyond Australia. Hollywood breakthrough. His move to Hollywood marked a major turning point, introducing him to a global audience. He became a familiar face on international television, steadily building a reputation for playing layered and compelling characters. His ability to shift between intensity and subtle emotion made him stand out in a competitive industry. Iconic roles and legacy. McMahon became widely known for roles like Cole Turner in Charmed, where he portrayed a complex mix of love and darkness. In Nip Tuck, he earned critical praise and a Golden Globe nomination. He also played Dr. Doom in Fantastic Four and later starred in FBI: Most Wanted. His body of work continues to resonate, reflecting his versatility and lasting impact on screen. It lasted just over 9 seconds, but its impact stretched across decades. On a global stage watched by more than 140 million people, a performance meant to celebrate an already legendary career turned into a defining public controversy. In that brief moment, Janet Jackson, one of the most successful and influential artists in pop history, became the center of a media storm that would reshape her career and public perception for years. What followed wasn't just a backlash, it was a cultural unraveling. Radio stations pulled her music, award shows distanced themselves, and industry support faded almost overnight. Yet the weight of that moment cannot be understood without looking at the life that led there. A life built inside one of music's most famous families, where talent was forged early, discipline was relentless, and individuality often came second to expectation. A childhood inside a machine. Janet Jackson grew up in a household where music wasn't just passion. It was structure, routine, and survival. As the youngest member of the Jackson family, she was surrounded by brothers who were already becoming global stars. The home environment was intensely disciplined, shaped by a father who treated success as a system that demanded constant practice and precision. Rehearsals filled long hours, and expectations were high for every child in the family, whether they were performing on stage or simply observing from the sidelines. While her siblings toured and recorded, Janet absorbed the atmosphere of constant performance. She watched closely as fame reshaped her family's daily life, learning early that attention from the world came with pressure at home. Childhood, in the traditional sense, was limited. Instead, she grew up understanding professionalism, repetition, and control as normal parts of life. Even in moments that should have been light or playful, there was often a sense of structure guiding behavior. This environment didn't just shape her skills, it shaped her identity. By the time she was old enough to step into the entertainment world herself, she already understood its demands intimately, even if she hadn't yet chosen her own direction within it. Early career, success without ownership. Janet's entry into entertainment came early and quickly. Acting roles in television introduced her to the public as a young performer with natural charisma. She appeared in popular shows and was soon recognized not just as a member of the Jackson family, but as a rising talent in her own right. However, much of her early career was shaped by decisions made around her, rather than by her. Music projects were launched under her name, but creative control was limited. Albums released in her teenage years reflected industry expectations more than personal expression. Despite the Jackson name generating attention, early records struggled to define her identity as an artist. She was performing, but not yet authoring her voice. At the same time, her personal life remained tightly managed, leaving little space for independence or experimentation. By her late teens, Janet had already experienced years of professional work without full autonomy. Even significant life choices felt influenced by family and management structures that prioritized stability and image. Yet beneath this controlled environment, something was beginning to form. A quiet awareness that she wanted more than execution. She wanted direction. That realization would eventually become the foundation of a turning point in her life. Control, the beginning of self-definition. Everything shifted when Janet made a decisive move to take ownership of her career. Stepping away from family management marked a turning point that was as personal as it was professional. For the first time, she began working with collaborators who encouraged her to define her own voice rather than inherit one. That shift led to the creation of Control, the album that would transform her into a global star. Unlike her earlier work, this project reflected her perspective, assertive, focused, and deeply personal. The music wasn't just about relationships or performance. It was about identity, independence, and agency. The sound was bold and modern, matching the confidence of an artist discovering her own direction. Each track carried a sense of clarity, as if she was finally speaking without filters. The public responded immediately. The album became a commercial success, producing multiple hit singles and reshaping her image entirely. More importantly, it redefined how she was seen, not as a family extension or a background performer, but as a standalone creative force. Control wasn't just a successful album, it was a statement of autonomy. It marked the moment Janet Jackson transitioned from being managed to being self-directed, setting the stage for everything that followed. Rhythm Nation and cultural impact. If Control established Janet Jackson as an independent artist, Rhythm Nation 1814 solidified her as a cultural force. Released a few years later, the album expanded beyond personal themes into broader social commentary. It addressed issues such as inequality, unity, and systemic challenges, blending activism with mainstream pop in a way that was both accessible and ambitious. The project stood out not just for its message, but for its execution. The music was precise, energetic, and visually powerful, with performances and videos that became instantly iconic. Janet wasn't simply entertaining audiences, she was directing attention toward larger conversations, using her platform in a way few pop artists had attempted at that scale. The album achieved remarkable commercial success, producing multiple hit singles and dominating charts. But its influence went beyond numbers. It positioned Janet as an artist capable of combining artistry, message, and mass appeal. She became a symbol of discipline, creativity, and purpose-driven performance. At the height of this era, she wasn't just part of pop culture, she was helping shape it. Vulnerability behind the spotlight. As her career reached new heights, Janet's personal life remained far more complex than her public image suggested. In the 1990s, she explored more intimate and emotional themes in her music, revealing a softer, more reflective side. Albums from this period focused on love, vulnerability, and emotional honesty, contrasting sharply with the commanding energy of her earlier work. During this time, she also sought privacy in her relationships, preferring to keep her personal life away from public scrutiny. However, maintaining separation between public image and private experience proved difficult. The pressures of fame, combined with emotional challenges, created moments of isolation despite professional success. Her music during this period reflected this duality: confidence on stage, introspection in private expression. Songs carried themes of longing, self-reflection, and emotional complexity. While her career remained strong commercially, she was also navigating personal transitions that were often hidden from public view. This era revealed that even at her most successful, she was still evolving, still searching for balance between control and connection. The Super Bowl and public fallout. The Super Bowl performance was meant to be another milestone in a long, successful career. Instead, it became a turning point that overshadowed everything that came before it. A brief, unexpected moment during the live broadcast triggered immediate controversy, amplified by global media attention and rapid public reaction. In the days that followed, the response was intense. Coverage dominated headlines, and public discourse quickly became polarized. Janet found herself at the center of scrutiny, while accountability and responsibility were widely debated in ways that often excluded context. The aftermath was swift. Professional consequences followed, including reduced radio play, industry distancing, and the cancellation of appearances. What made the situation particularly impactful was not just the incident itself, but the scale of the reaction and how unevenly it was distributed. The experience marked a sharp shift in her career trajectory. An artist who had spent decades building influence and respect suddenly faced widespread withdrawal of institutional support. It was a moment that exposed how quickly public perception can shift, even for established figures at the height of their careers. Reinvention, motherhood, and legacy. In the years that followed, Janet Jackson gradually rebuilt her life and career on her own terms. While the industry response had long-term effects, she continued creating music, performing selectively, and maintaining a loyal global fan base. Over time, she shifted focus toward balance, privacy, and personal well-being. A major transformation came later in life, when she became a mother. That experience redefined her priorities, bringing a sense of grounding that differed from the demands of fame. She began to step back from constant public visibility, choosing projects more selectively and focusing on personal fulfillment rather than industry expectations. Today, her legacy is viewed through multiple lenses. She is recognized not only as a performer with decades of commercial success, but as an artist who helped redefine pop music performance, visual storytelling, and female autonomy in the industry. Her influence is visible in countless artists who followed, many of whom cite her as a foundational inspiration. Ultimately, Janet Jackson's story is not defined by a single moment, but by a lifetime of transformation, moving from control imposed to control claimed, and finally, to control redefined.